Okay, so here we are, everybody. Good evening. Good evening to one and all here today, the little ones, the elders, and everybody, and wish you all a very, very happy World Storytelling Day. So, today's theme is deep water, right? And it's a very, very special occasion because it's our day today. And you know what? There's a secret. Today it's also World International Happiness Day. So, we are going to even go with lots of laughing riots, isn't it? So, we are honored to bring this event to you, which is organized by Gnanavistar and Chennai Storytellers in collaboration. I'm Sheetal and I'm proudly connected with both the organizations. I'm a consultant of Gyan Vistar and a member of Chennai Storyteller. So let's start by introducing Gyan Vistar with a small video which is presented by our very, very sweet co-founder Vidya ma'am. Vidya ma'am, over to you.
It is a pleasure to be here today to introduce Gamvistar, a company dedicated to bridging the gap between academic learning and essential life skills. In today's world, education is often focused on subjects like math, science, and history. But what about the skills that shape how we navigate life? How do we handle workplace dynamics? How do we create safe spaces for conversations about gender, safety, and emotional well being? How do we ensure digital security in an increasingly online world? These gaps in education can leave individuals unprepared for real world challenges. That's where Ganvistar steps in. At Ganvistar, we believe that education should not just be about career success, it should also help build a safer, more empathetic society. Our mission is to equip individuals with real world knowledge, break societal taboos, encourage open conversations about gender, safety, and well being, create safe spaces where people can learn without fear, judgment, or bias, foster empathy and inclusivity, ensuring that workplaces, schools, and communities are more accepting and supportive. Gyan Vistar was founded by three members who believed that they could help shape mindsets, challenge biases, and cultivate a culture of self awareness and responsibility. Our team has a combined experience of over 40 years in education, training, and research, and we are committed to making learning accessible and supportive. Our workshops focus on areas which are often overlooked but crucial for holistic development. Topics are customized for different audiences, including schools, colleges, and corporate organizations. What makes Canvastar unique? We don't believe in passive learning. Our sessions are interactive, experiential, and practical. We create safe spaces for open conversations, helping participants challenge biases, think critically, and develop confidence in handling real world issues. We have worked with schools, colleges, and companies, helping them create a more informed, inclusive, and secure environment. Our goal is not just to educate, but to create a long term change in the institution and individuals alike. We are looking to expand our impact by collaborating with schools, colleges, companies, NGOs, and government bodies to integrate our workshops for relevant, transformative learning experiences through collaborations. Here's why we stand out. One, we have expertise. We are backed by professionals with extensive experience. Two, customizable programs. Our programs are tailored workshops to fit specific needs. Three, real world relevance. We address today's challenges head on. Four, long term impact. We provide practical skills with lasting benefits. Our programs aren't just sessions, they are stepping stones to a more aware and empowered society. We believe that true learning happens when knowledge is shared, and we are eager to make a greater impact with your support. Let's work together to build a safer and more empathetic world. Thank you for your time and attention today. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us through any of these channels.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vidya ma'am, for that introduction of Nan Vistar. And now I would like to introduce Chennai Storytellers. So Chennai Storytellers is a vibrant community that started as a small initiative and that has blossomed into, I'm sorry. Vidya ma'am, can you share this thing? Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it started as a vibrant community. These are the people who gathered and started Chennai Storytellers, and it has become like a big hub of creativity, collaboration, and a deep love for storytelling. It was founded by these passionate storytellers, and it has become an instrumental in spreading the joy of storytelling across Chennai and across the world. So now let me give a little introduction of myself. Like, I'm Sheetal, I'm hosting today's evening, and storytelling has been an integral part of my life since over 20 years. It has like shaping my journey as a trainer, as a coach, and as a holistic practitioner. I have worked extensively in integrating storytelling into education, healing, and personal growth. So, from teaching English and math through storytelling to use, powerful tools like emotional and behavioral transformation. So, this is all I have been doing through storytelling. And our mentor, I would say that most of us, all the Chennai storytellers mentor is Dr. Eric Miller, and he is the backbone behind all the storytelling which is happening in Chennai. So he is the one who started the Indian Storytelling Network in Chennai, and we are all trained under him. So proud to be a student of Dr. Eric Miller. So let's jump on to the very much theme of today, storytelling deep water, right? That's the theme of today. So our very first storyteller of this evening is Dipali Bajoria, an educator and a professional storyteller with over a decade of experience. She brings history to life through epics and mythology, inspiring young minds to connect with the past. So let's welcome Dipali, and she has her own YouTube page. So Dipali, you can type it in the chat box, and you can follow her YouTube page because it's a very wonderful stories which I wait every day to hear from her. So do follow her on YouTube, and over to you, Dipali.
Thank you so much, Sheetalji. Thank
Yes.
you. Namaste, everyone. Hope you're all doing very well today. I would love to see everyone switch on your videos so that all of us can enjoy together. So, since mine is the first story, I was just thinking before we start, can we recite Om 3 times? So, let's all close our eyes, hold our hands, and recite Om. 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 Awesome. So, hi everyone. Hello, children. So, what are we here today? Like, what are we doing here? We are here to listen to some stories. And like Sheetalji said, we are here to listen to stories about ocean mysteries, right? So, let's listen to an interesting story from our Puranas. Long, long ago, the universe was kept in balance by three powerful gods. Lord Brahma, the creator, who made the world and all the living beings in it. Lord Vishnu, the preserver, who protected the world from evil. And Lord Shiva, the destroyer, who ended things when their time was over. Now, Lord Vishnu's job was very special. Whenever the world was in danger, he would come down to earth in a new form called an avatar to save all the people. And one day, a great danger appeared. The world was full of knowledge and wisdom. Everything was written in sacred texts called the Vedas. These books contained all the secrets of the universe. But one day, while Lord Brahma was reading them, he became tired and fell asleep. Suddenly, from Lord Brahma's nose, a terrible demon called Griva was born. Griva saw the sacred books and thought, if I steal these, no one will have wisdom, and I will rule the world. So he grabbed the Vedas and deep into the ocean. The world was in great danger. Without knowledge, people will become selfish, greedy, and unkind. Lord Vishnu knew he had to act fast. Here comes Lord Vishnu. He knew he had to act fast. Let's see what he does. Far, far away, there was a kind and a wise king named Manu. Every day he prayed near the river, hoping for peace in the world. One day, while praying, he scooped some water in his hands. He saw a tiny fish struggling in his palms. The fish looked up and spoke. King Manu, please help me, put me back in the river. A huge fish might come and eat me. Now King Manu felt sorry for the little fish. He gently placed the little fish in a small tank. But guess what? The fish kept growing. Then he had to move the fish into a small lake. But then what happened? The fish again started growing. The king was amazed. Finally, the fish became so huge that only an ocean could hold it. And then the fish spoke again to King Manu. He said, Dear King, I am Lord Vishnu in my Matsya avatar. I have come to warn you. A great flood is coming. You must build a giant boat and save all creatures. Now King Manu worked day and night to build a big boat. He gathered two of every animal and invited 7 sages to join him. First went in 2 lions, then 2 elephants, then 2 monkeys, then 2 birds, then 2 horses, and so on and so forth. All the animals went inside. And then what happened? Suddenly the sky thunder roared. The rain poured. Great flood began. The whole world was covered in water. Lord Matsya returned. And what did he do? He was huge now, with a golden horn on his head. King Manu tied his boat to Matsya and, using Vasuki the snake as a rope, Matsya swam through the storm, pulling the boat to safety. Do you remember the Vedas? They are still under the ocean, no? They are lost under the ocean. So Matsya also dove deep into the waters and found the demon Griva guarding them. They remembered Matsya, but Griva refused. A great battle began between them. Here begins a play pattern. Will Matsya rose and so does. Matsya fought bravely and defeated the demon. He took the Vedas and returned them to Lord Brahma. Now the world had wisdom back. When the flood waters receded, Matsya guided King Manu's boat, to the top of a tall mountain. Lord Vishnu, in his Matsya avatar, spoke, King Manu, you must now rebuild the world with kindness, wisdom, and love. And so, with the help of the sages and animals, a new, better world was created. So, what is the moral of the story, children? Would anyone like to tell me the moral that you guys learned from the Matsya avatar of Lord Vishnu? Anyone? Can you guys hear me? Hi. Hi, would you like to tell the moral?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you learn?
With a love, we can learn.
Sorry?
Love.
So, did you learn that even a tiny fish can become something big and save the world? Yeah? Even tiny things in life are so important, right? And in times of trouble, wisdom and kindness save everyone. Yeah? Did you guys enjoy the story?
Yes.
Do you have
Thank you
any
so
questions?
much. Dipali, we'll move
I
on to the
have a
next.
question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was the fish a god's only he grew?
Yes, the fish was a god. No, he was the Matsya avatar of Lord Vishnu. He had come to save the world and the Vedas.
So that means the fish is Vishnu?
Yeah, the fish who had come to meet Lord Manu, King Manu, was Vishnu.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dipali, for this wonderful story. Now let's move on to our next storyteller, Banumati. She's a seasoned storyteller, trainer, and a visionary founder of Fables and Tales. With over a decade of experience, she captivates audiences with her enchanting narratives, often bringing them to life through puppetry. Her expertise lies in fables and folktales, which she skillfully adapts from modern listeners. Over to you, Banu.
Thank you, Sheetal, and wishing everyone a very, very happy World Storytelling Day. Deep in the ocean, they were the little fish. They were all happily playing hide and seek. As they were all playing, there was one person who was not very happy. So he went back to his home. Mommy, even today I couldn't win. I I was found out immediately, or I'm not able to find even one when I have to seek. Why so? Why am I so big? Did I tell you that was none other than Finbo? Finbo's mother said, Finbo, do you think you are an ordinary fish? You are a blue whale. That's what the mummy said. You are just a baby, Finbo. You will be growing so big. What? So big? Even more? I said I don't want to be this big itself and you want me to grow even more. No, no, no. Stop cribbing, Finbo. You know what? You are very special. In fact, we are very, very special animals. We are mammals. We don't lay eggs like the fish to give birth to the little ones. We directly give birth to babies like how human does. Oh no! And also, we grow hair like the humans. What? And I want to add that special thing you see on your head. There is a blowhole. Yes, that only we the blue whales have got. Oh no, mommy, whatever you say, I cannot or I'm not winning in the race, the game of hide and seek with my friends. Saying so, Finbo went to sleep that night. The next morning, Finbo woke up again. Mommy! Yes, baby? Bye-bye. I'm going to play with my friends. Bye. Take care. And Finbo swam towards his friends. And where all his fish friends were together, Finbo, come, let's go. Hey, come, let's go to the faraway place beyond the coral reefs. What? Faraway place beyond the coral reefs? No. I'm not coming. But why? Come, it'll be fun. No, but Mummy said it's not safe to go there. See, little Finbo is scared. Finbo is scared. Finbo is scared. Finbo is scared. Boo, boo, boo. All the other fish mocked at Finbo. But Finbo said, no, it's not that way. It is dangerous. Mummy said not to go. I will not come and you two don't go. No, Finbo. We want some excitement, some thrill. We are going. Bye. So saying, all the fish swam away from Finbo. Finbo looked at them going far, far away until they went away from Finbo's eyes. Sad Finbo turned back and was about to go home with a great disappointed heart. Just then, he heard the sound. And Finbo looked at the direction from where the sound was coming from. And Finbo swam towards the sound, and he could see his tiny friends who swam far away, coming back as if someone was chasing them. They swam very fast. Finbo, help! Finbo, help! And each and every one they came and hid behind Finbo. And when Finbo looked, the one who was chasing, it was the big shark with his mouth open wide. He came and Finbo, when he went forward and he gave one loud grunt, the shark, he just closed his jaws and turned back and swam as fast as he could. And Finbo saved his tiny fish friends. All the fish friends came forward and said, thank you, Finbo. One said, oh, we mocked at you, but still you saved us. You were the savior today. Thank you, Finbo. Everyone profoundly thanked Finbo for the help. But Finbo said, it's okay, come on. You all wanted excitement, right? Thrill, right? Come along with me. Come and stack over my blowhole. So all the fish, one after the other, they stacked up on his blowhole. Finbar opened his mouth wide, scooped up water, and swam up and up and up and up and up till the surface of the water. And he let out through the blowhole. Woof! And the fish, which were over the blowhole, they went wee! And they all were so happy, so excited. They went and they saw the sky, the cloud, the sun, the birds, the ship, the ocean. Wow, what a great sight. None of them have ever seen that sight. What fun it was. They all again, when they hit the water, they said, thank you, Finbo, once more. And again, Finbo made them to stack one on the top of the other And he went, oh, can everybody do, children? Come on, everybody. Oh, and go up, up. One after the other. They all flew up and splashed back into the water. And Finbo said, see, friends, if you want excitement and thrill, let's play this game again and again. And that day onwards, the fish friends, along with the hide and seek, they did play the flying game with Finbo every single day. Thank you for listening. Hope you like the story.
That was a wonderful story, Banu, the story of Fimbo. And I love the puppets you had made with the sticks. It's always pleasure to see you having different kind of puppets every time. That was super. Thank you so much. So now we'll move on to our next storyteller, Renu Narayan. She is a founder of Katha Vriksh and firmly believes that stories have the power to make the world a better place and bring people together. Renu creates her own stories inspired by what she values most: animals, the environment, nature, gender equality, and equal rights for all children. So, over to you, Renu.
Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And good evening, everyone. Wishing every one of you a very happy World Storytelling Day. Today, I'm sharing the story of Chutki the puppy. Ranjini was walking down the street. She was coming back home after her morning walk. And all of a sudden, she saw a tiny little puppy trying to cross the busy road. Ranjini knew what would happen if the puppy came to the center of the road. Either a car or an auto rickshaw or a bike, somebody would definitely hit the puppy. So she picked up the puppy and tried to put it back on the side of the path. But no, the puppy was equally determined to cross the road. So she went back again, back and forth. Finally, Ranjini gave up. She said, oh God, you're such a naughty little puppy. And she's so tiny, just 2 weeks old. So she took her home, wondering what her parents were going to say. As soon as she reached home, her younger sister Radha came running out. You got a puppy, Mom. Can we keep it? Can we keep? We'll have to see, Radha. Don't get so excited. We need to ask Amma and Appa. Don't you know that they make all the decisions in our house? Wait a minute. And so they put the puppy in a box and they went into the kitchen. Amma and Appa were in the kitchen. What do you think they were doing there? Amma was making idlis and Appa was making chutney. So they went into the kitchen and they said, Amma, yes, Ranjini. Appa, said Radha. Yes, Radha. We have something to tell you. Okay, tell us. Can you please say only yes? Don't say no. Please. But what is it? Unless we know, we don't know whether we should say yes or no, said Amma. Then suddenly they heard one sound. What is that? Asked Appa. Ranjini Akka found a puppy on the street and please, can we keep her? Please. And who's going to take care of her? Said Amma. Both of us. I will take care. Ranjini will take care. Please, Amma, Okay, let's see the puppy. So they came out and they saw this cute little puppy. And luckily for Ranjini and Radha, their parents also like dogs. But, said Appa, I go to work, Amma goes to work, you both go to school. Who's going to take care? Amma, Appa, please, we'll sort it out later. Now it's summer holidays. Please, can we keep the puppy? Please, please. Okay, but remember, it's your responsibility, said Amma. And so from that day on, Ranjini and Radha were very happy. They had a lovely friend to play with. And as the days went up, the puppy grew bigger and bigger. They had already named her Chutki. Every day they played lots of games with her. She was extremely naughty. She loved to chew up all the things. You know, puppies have very itchy teeth. So she chewed up all their socks. She chewed up all the shoelaces. But soon she was old enough and she didn't stop chewing all the things. They got all her vaccinations done. They took good care of her and now she was 8 months old. But Chutki was also very curious. She loved her family, but she couldn't really understand their language. She heard other dogs, her real family, and she wanted to go out and play with them. But every time she tried to go out the gate, somebody or the other would catch her and bring her back. She really, really wanted to go out and find out what was so exciting outside. She could hear the dogs talking, they were howling, they were shouting, and she could understand everything. Oh, if only I could also go out. I really, really want to go out and meet my kind of family. Please, I really want to go. And one day she got the chance. In their house, Ranjini's house, there was a function. And lots of people are coming in and out of the house. And though Ranjini and Radha told everybody, be very careful, keep the gate shut. You know, this puppy keeps running out. One person left the gate open. That was Chutki's chance. She was already in the garden hiding behind a bush. Quickly, she darted out of the gate. As she ran down the lane, their lane was pretty safe. But as she came out of the lane, there was a busy road. And there, as she was trying to cross the road, bam, bam, ping, ping, boom, boom. Vehicles were running, rushing this side and that side, this side and that side. She couldn't cross. Every time she had to jump back. One car almost hit her. Then she tried going to the side. She tried going and she saw two dogs there. Hello. I am Chutki. I want to play with you. That's the other two dogs. Don't come anywhere near us. You're a posh dog. You belong to a house. Don't even come anywhere. This is our place. Go away. Others will bite you. They said. She was shocked. What? Her dogs? Her kind of people are saying they'll bite her? Oh no. Then she tried going other side. There were a whole lot of dogs. They all growled. They all came chasing her. Poor Chutki. She was so scared. She started running. These dogs are coming closer and closer, and suddenly one of them bit her really hard on her leg. She cried. As she ran faster and faster. Luckily, because she was young, she was able to run really fast. She saw an empty plot. There was a gate there, and she squeezed herself under the gate and ran inside. Her leg was hurting. She wanted her family. She wanted to go back to Ranjini and Radha, but how could she go? Because the dogs were waiting just outside the gate. Luckily, they couldn't go inside. But I want to go. Oh God. So morning went, afternoon went, evening came, and poor Chutki was hungry and thirsty. No food, no water, just an empty plot. No rock, no bush to hide and keep away from those dogs. And all of a sudden, the thing that Chutki really dreaded, there was a storm. Thunder, lightning, and then it started to rain. First some drops, then more drops, then 3 drops, then it started pouring. And where was she to hide? She was shivering, she was completely drenched. Oh, I wish I had not left the house. I wish I was back with my family. I wish. She cried, but nobody was there to hear her. Meanwhile, back in the house, the function was over. Everybody had gone home. Now Ranjini and Radha started looking for Chutki. Where is Chutki? Radha, did you give her lunch? No, I thought Ranjini, you will give her. No, I also didn't give her. Amma, Appa, did you? We told you it's your responsibility. Where is she now? Go and search for her. So they looked under the bed, under the chair. They looked everywhere, but she was nowhere to be found. Oh no, looks like somebody left the gate open and she ran out. Come, Radha. It's raining. Take an umbrella, said their mother. Both of them took umbrellas. They went down one lane, another lane. They went through the busy road, calling, Chutki, where are you? But can dogs call out and say, I'm here? Of course not. And Chutki was far away, down 2, 3, 4 streets away. They kept walking, calling out. And poor Chutki, she was drenched. Her leg was hurting. She was hungry. She was thirsty. And she couldn't even cry out. Luckily for her, Ranjini and Radha came closer and closer to where she was. And she could hear them, Chutki, where are you? And finally she said, and they heard her. And Radha said, sounds like Chutki, but there's a wall. Can you peep, Ranjini? And Ranjini took on stone, stood on it, and she peeped inside and she saw Chutki. Chutki is here. Wait, Radha, you wait here. I will climb over the wall. I will give you Chutki. Then I will take her back and we'll go back home. Okay? Okay. So Ranjini jumped into the plot. She picked up Chutki, hugged her, and Chutki was licking her face all over. And then she gave her to Radha. Both of them went back home. And they were so happy. And Chutki was so happy. They toweled her nicely, made her nice and warm, gave her lots of nice food and lots of nice things to drink. And Chutki went to sleep on her favorite pillow. And that is the end of my story. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Banu. That was such a wonderful story. And I know everybody knows you are a big fan of pets. I mean, sorry, and you always help them a lot. So very much, story which you can say. So thank you so much for the story. Now let's move on to our next teller, that is Ambu. So before that, I would like to tell a little thing about tandem storytelling, which is going to be happening today. So tandem storytelling is a captivating art form where more than one teller uses a blend of voice and expressions and movements to create an immersive experience. And this today we are going to experience that from Bhanumati and Ambujavali. We call her Ambu and Banu, that's their pet names. So they will be showing this dynamic storytelling style, making the narratives more vivid and interactive. But before that, let's welcome Ambujavali, a passionate storyteller known for her expressive narrations. Ambu is trained by, of course, Eric Miller. She is one of the directors of Feast, Federation of Asian Storytellers, and co-founder of Fabulous Fundigais. She believes good stories are the best way to spread healthy happiness. Over to you, Ambu.
Thank you, Sheetal. So, thanks so much, Gyan Vista, for this opportunity. Wish you all a very happy storytelling day. And yes, we are going to share two stories. One, I'm going to share a story, a solo story, and then you have a surprise, and that will be a tandem by myself and Banu. Okay, so like how Deepali auntie mentioned, we get the energy, from seeing the audience. The more videos are on, the more energy the storyteller gets. Okay, so the count of 1, 2, and 3. Whoever can, please do switch on your video so that you get to listen a better story from. Okay, 1, 2, 2.5, and 3. We have 3 videos on. More than enough. Thank you so much. So let's jump on to today's story. Deep water story. We heard the story of Matsya Avatar, or the avatar of fish, from Deepali auntie. Now I'm going to tell you the story of the second avatar. Long ago, in Indraloka, in the heavens, Lord Indra was riding on his white elephant Airavata. And as he was riding, there came sage Durvasa, and he gifted a divine garland to Indra. But Indra didn't respect him. He just tossed the garland on the elephant. And this sage was known for his short temper. Just like that, he will become angry. His anger grew and it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew, and he said, Indra, how dare you don't respect my gift. You and all the devas will lose all your powers. Tabak, all of them lost everything immediately. All their possessions were gone, all their weapons were gone, all their powers were gone. Even Sage Durvasa was gone. And now they didn't know what to do. Now Indra felt sorry for what he had done, but it was too late. Well, when Devas got a problem, they will run to Mahavishnu for a solution. So they all ran to Mahavishnu, who was residing in the big milky ocean. He was sleeping on a serpent bed happily. They went, oh dear Lord, please show us some way. Oh, you know what happened? This is what happened. And please help us. And Vishnu said, so you did a mistake, Indra. Yeah, I know, but I'm so sorry. Please do something. Well, there is this divine potion, the divine elixir called the Amrit, that's hidden underneath, deep inside the ocean. You all drink it and you will get the powers back. Wow, that's so easy. This milky ocean is your home. Why don't you go inside, get the Amrit, give it to us, and we all will drink and be happy? Aha! You did the mistake. And you have to get the Amrit out of the water. Oh, fine. But why? Because the ocean has lots of treasures and also a few dangers. You have to go through everything to get the Amrit that you want. Fine. How do we do that? Churn the ocean and get the Amrit. Fine, then please move your serpent bed. We will start churning the ocean. It's not that very easy. You can't do it alone. You have to get the help of the asuras or the demons. Huh? Asuras are our enemies. We can't go ask them. But you can't do it alone. The choice is yours. Well, they didn't have a choice, so they had to go talk with the asuras. To cut the long story short, at last the asuras agreed to help the devas. So that they get a portion, the Amritam get divided amongst them. So they all came. To churn something, you need a churning rod and a churning rope. Mount Mandara was chosen to be the churning rod. And the snake Vasuki was chosen to be the churning rope. So they wound Vasuki around this Mount Mandara and tried to place it on the ocean. And what happened? The mountain started to sink because the water was so deep. How can the mountain stand on the water? It was sinking, it was sinking, it was sinking. And now the devas and asuras didn't know what to do. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And while they were looking at the mountain sinking, helpless, the mountain started to raise up. Vishnu had transformed himself into a turtle and he went down the ocean under the mountain, and he was giving support for the mountain and holding the mountain, and the mountain came up. And the churning of the ocean started. Devas on one side and asuras on the other side. The churning of the ocean started with full energy. Churn, 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 churn. All of us were not during the churning of the ocean then. Now let us join churning the ocean. Come on, all of us, let us churn it together. Churn, 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 churn. Churn, 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 churn. And as they were churning the ocean, many things started coming out of the ocean. The divine cow, the wish-fulfilling tree, the white elephant, and also a few dangers too. We'll not talk about that now, for some other day. And they were all waiting for the special Amrita. And at last that moment arrived. And from inside the ocean, Lord Dhanvantri, he came holding the Amrita Kalasam, or the pot with the divine elixir. He looked at the Devas and the Asuras. They were so happy. Then, who got the Amritam? Was it equally divided between both the parties? Did someone cheat? Did someone play smart? And all those are a story for some other day. Well, that brings us to the end of this story. What a story. And from that Milky Ocean, we are traveling to a river in China. And I cannot travel alone. I need my friend Banumati along with me. Yeah, to travel to China and tell that story to all.
Na 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 na
Na na na na na na na na na na na na na na.
That was Mekong River in China. All the fish in the ocean, the river, were very, very happy.
They were always playing, singing, dancing. Na, 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 na.
One day, the leader of the Mekong River stepped forward and said, "Listen, everybody, we are under problem. The sea fish, they are coming here. They are so aggressive and they are big. If they come here, we will not find more food. Rather, we'll be their food. What do we do?"
Now a giant catfish swam forward and he said, we are big, we are strong, we will fight and we will win them.
We are strong. We are strong. We will fight. Win, win, win.
Fight, 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 and win, win, win. Joined another fish. Fight, 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 and win, win, win. Joined another fish, and another fish, and another fish.
But the leader, the wise old leader, said, "Fighting is not the best remedy for any problem. It will only bring disaster." So the chanting stopped and there was complete silence.
Everyone started looking at each other. Oh, what else can be the better option? Oh, we are. Oh. That's when a tiny voice erupted. Maybe I can go.
Who is that? Swim forward, called the wise old leader.
Every fish looked around and a tiny fish swam forward. It's me. I can go if you allow me to.
Oh, sure. But all the other fish started to laugh. "You are such a tiny fella and you want to go fight those sea fish. Ridiculous."
Wait, said the little fish. Did I say I'm going to fight? No, I'm not going to fight. I'm going to talk with them.
Wow. The leader fish said, "Yes, talking is the best remedy for any problem. But, you're so tiny. We're worried. How can I send you alone? Are
No,
you
no, no,
really
no, no.
okay?"
No. Don't worry, my dear leader. I'll be all fine. I will return in no time. Saying so, the little fish started his journey. He swam and he swam and he swam. He didn't stop anywhere and he reached near the sea. At a distance, he saw a group of sea fish coming towards him.
The leader of the sea fish spotted the ripple and he too swam closer to the river fish and asked, "Hey, you, what are you doing here, tiny fellow? Huh?"
Hi, hello. You are so huge and you remind me of my past. I'm from the Mekong River. Said the little fish.
What did you say? Mekong River, is it? We all the sea fish are heading there to live. Tell me more about the Mekong River and the life over there.
Mekong River? Are you sure? And no. I told you, you remind me of my past. I was so huge, just like you. Mekong River, you can't find food at all. The fish there are so big, so huge. I couldn't find a space for myself. I had to squeeze in between them. And see, I have become so thin. Mekong River is not the right choice. No.
As the baby fish was explaining, all the sea fish surrounded and they started to examine from tail to head to tail, top to bottom, all around. Yeah, he is so thin. Everything is so transparent, said another fish. "There is no food in the stomach at all. See. All the other fish started to talk about his appearance. And the leader fish looked. Thank you. But don't worry. We are not going to come there. Hey, listen, everybody. Let's head back. This seems to be not a safe place. The Mekong River is not our cup of tea. Let's go. About turn they took and they swam towards the ocean at once.
Mission accomplished. This tiny fish returned to Mekong River. He swam and he swam and he swam against the current. It was not that easy, but still he didn't give up. The journey was long, but he didn't give up. He swam and he swam and he swam and he reached where the leader and other fish were waiting for him.
Hey, you little fish! I was anticipating. Where were you? How did you come? Was everything okay?
Yes, leader, everything was fine. I talked to them and they all went back, said the little fish.
Wow! All the other fish started to clap for him and said, "Ah, you are the hero! Ah, very good! I told you, talking is the best remedy for any problem."
And from that day onwards, this little fish came to be called as the hero of the Mekong River. And everyone understood, similar to the story which Deepali auntie shared in the beginning, to be whether you're small or big doesn't matter to be a hero. You can be a hero, however small or big you are. I am a hero, you are a hero, we all are hero, hero, hero.
Hero, 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 hero. All of us are hero.
And this story is taken from the Feast anthology, His Road Squeak.
And this story was retold by Dr. Vayupatosa and Dr. Prasad. We hope you like the story. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Sheetal, for having us here.
Thank you so much, Gyan Vistar, and to all of us for listening to the story.
Thank you so much. And it was so super. You know, the coordination between you two was just amazing. Loved it. So we are coming to the end of today's session. I'm sorry we don't have much time for questions, but after the thank you speech, we will have a minute or two if you want to put any questions or give any feedback. So stories are like river, you know, flowing through time, shaping minds and nourishing souls. Thank you all for being a part of this beautiful storytelling journey today. Each story shared was a ripple, touching hearts and minds, reminding us of the power of words and imagination. A special thank you to our wonderful tellers who brought stories to life, and to each one of you for being such a warm and engaging audience. As we part away, let's carry the essence of these stories with us, because stories, like water, have the power to nurture, heal, and connect us all. Until we meet again, keep the stories flowing and the magic alive. I remember a very good proverb: water teaches us resilience, soft enough to flow through, enough to carve its own path. Right? So, with that, we end here. But before that, we have a few minutes. So, anybody who would like to give a feedback or ask any question to the audience, you are most welcome. Yes, Aradhana, you can unmute yourself.
The storytelling was very nice. I liked it a lot.
Thank you so much.
It like enhanced my creativity after
Wow.
listening to this.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, Divya, Sujan, you can also please tell us. You don't need to unmute. Yes, you are.
I like so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Which story you like the most?
That fish story.
Fish story, the Fimbo story, or the tandem one?
That tiny one.
Tandem one. Okay, super, very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, Prahalad, you would like to say?
Okay, I've never heard any the tandem story or the Figbo story. I've heard the Matsya and Kurma Avatar story, but tandem and window story, they were super.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, anybody, any other storyteller or anybody else would like to give any feedback or ask questions? We have around 34 participants. Okay, so yes, Rekha ma'am, please.
Actually, listening to the stories took me back to my childhood, how I would love to listen to all these mythological stories. And I think the need to bring it back to the present generation is so important. We are so full of, colorful stories in our mythology. And if this is put across children, it would be so beautiful. And today, it was fun listening to all of you. I mean, I really enjoyed it and had a lovely time. Thank you so much for enlightening me with these stories.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. And yes, we'll be hearing to you too in some time. So yes, Vidya ma'am, you're not audible.
Priya has put up a message on the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She has also said, thank you for organizing. Keep
Okay.
continuing the effort. And I think she also said, great effort to bring the best storytellers on board. Thank you,
Okay.
Diwali ma'am, for sharing the link.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Priya. Yes, and thank you all once again. We move on to our storytelling with adults and for adults. So, if you would like to stay, you can stay in, or let's start with the adult telling. Vidya man, over to you.
Thank you so much, Peter, for that lovely session with the children. And of course, the storytellers' energy was at a different level. I really loved what I heard. I think I
Yes.
went back to the times when I heard stories from my grandmother on evenings, summer evenings. It was the
Yes.
same memory that came back to me. And I think I'm going to kind of, since we are just moving on from the children's tales to the adults' tales, so I'm going to not go back to talking about Ganvistar and Chennai storytellers. I think we can just take the flow ahead and
Yes.
introduce directly the whole idea behind it. So, World
Yes.
Storytelling Day is a global celebration that highlights the art of oral storytelling, and that's the best part of it because the orality of our stories have been lost over a time because of social media and internet and all the technology coming to us. That's one of the things that has been lost. One of the biggest connectors in a community has always been oral storytelling, and generally it has been women who have carried the culture through oral storytelling to the next generation. And that's why having a day when we celebrate this and remind ourselves that we need to have more human connections than just digital connections is through storytelling and celebrating storytelling, even though we are doing it through a digital platform. But the whole idea itself is beautiful. And it becomes a space for entertainment as well as educating the next generation. Like one of the kids said that he didn't know some of the stories, and it was a lovely way to learn those stories. Okay, cultural preservation. Now, in that child does not only know about India, but knows about a Chinese story also. So you bring international culture to the children when we tell stories this way. And we of course also bring moral values with us. It has been one of the best ways of teaching morality to the society, because when you preach morality, nobody wants to listen. Tell them a story and everybody will remember it. That's the whole tradition behind why we have had story. And the same goes for even adult storytelling program. I don't think that we are any different from children. Everybody loves a good story. And that's the whole idea behind having an adult session also. Maybe the metaphors will be a little more complex. Maybe the ideas and the stories would have more complexity in terms of emotions and relationships and other things. But essentially, it is going to be a whole set of beautiful people telling stories. And the first one to begin the day today is, of course, our absolutely resilient and inspirational Shrenik Shah. He, he has been somebody who has survived stage 4 vocal cord cancer for the past 28 years. and he has transformed his journey into a mission to empower others. As the world's first TEDx speaker, who is a vocal cord cancer survivor, he is a life transformation professional, non-fiction storyteller, and leadership and mental health wellness coach, inspiring over 1 lakh lives worldwide. Worldwide, that's not a small number. With an astounding 9,000 hours of talk and 5 TEDx speeches, Shrenik's metaphorical voice teaches people how to transform adversities into opportunities and accomplish their dreams. His story has been featured in New York Times Square, and his journey is documented in his biography, Shehenshah. He is also a patient advocate and a moderator of Fridays with Shrenik, an online seminar that brings transformative insight every week at 6 p.m. IST. Please welcome the unstoppable and inspiring Shrenik Shah.
Thank you, Professor Vidya Kumar, for such a, I would say, spectacular introduction, which I really don't deserve, but thank you so very much. And well, before I speak, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to every single individuals whoever is present today, and also, you know, wishing happy Women's Day is, is absolutely without any expiry date, because every single woman on this planet, you know, they are doing commendable, remarkable, and everything possible without no expectation at all, and that too by default. So, my dear friends, let me ask you, what could be a life, be it on a podium, be it on a daily life, be it a commercial life, or be it a personal life, and including social life? One more question. You know someone, you like someone, and you feel that yes, there is going to be a good harmony with the person, with the female on the other side, and you're holding a rose in your hand, and you are about to propose, like, I love you, would you mind marrying me? And now imagine the situation, the moment you are about to speak, the words are trapped in the mouth. Who is going to wait for you to speak, and speak? And particularly in this fast pace of life, who has a time to wait for someone for a minute, an hour, and so on. So, my concern is life becomes silent without spoken words, causing catastrophic situation personally, emotionally, socially, financially, commercially, in every single respect. And you know what? Simply imagine a day, just a day without speaking, and you will get frustrated, you will get anger like anything, and on top of that, अगर मुंह पर पट्टी लगा दी है एंड आपको बोलने के लिए मंजूरी नहीं है, तो कितने helplessness you will feel. My dear friends, this is the life I am living for past 27 years, and yes, this is the life I am going to live forever. I was diagnosed with the stage 4 vocal cancer. I had virtual handshake with the death, but fortunately, I was survived, I am survived, and yes, today is my 10059 day without natural voice. And you know what? The voice which you are listening now, this was rejected. Yes, this voice was rejected in December 1997. People were scared, people were running away, and so on. But that rejection ignited the fire. Yes, I'm using the word that rejection ignited the fire from within to continue speaking whatever it may come. And my dear friends, I'm about to mention that I have delivered over 9,000 hours of talks globally. You just imagine the voice which was rejected. Now the same voice I'm speaking in front of you all in television as of now. So it is not important what I have done. The important is how I have achieved. I got up 10 rupees का coin negative. Yeah, one coin, any coin, on the two side. Now I consider that coin with the two sides. On one side, there is a courage. On the other side is a confidence. And you know what? हम लोग देखते हैं ना वो रोड पे छोटे छोटे लड़के मैनेज करके चलती है. In the same way, I am managing my personal and professional life by moving on the top edge of the coin, and that coin is revolving 360 degrees all over the world. By the way, let me just remind you, one movie was came. The title of that was a Bengali movie. Name of that movie was Konto, Kontho. That the story of that Konto film completely resembles with the life, with the journey, what I've been living. So what is important? Freedom from fear. Yes, freedom from fear. See, I mean, the God is absolutely remarkably, incredibly kind to keep us alive. We cannot afford to waste our life. हम लोग सब ये देखते हैं SIP करो SIP करो कभी लाइफ के SIP करो लाइफ की जब SIP करोगे then you will come to know what exactly the life is all about, and for that you need freedom from fear. Once you have freedom from fear, you become unstoppable. You can be the canvas of your life. You can accomplish all your dreams. You can accomplish all your goals and everything you want. So it's all about delivering. And then I rather follow five P's. Number one, clear purpose. Number two, passion. Number three, patience. Number four, perseverance. And number five, that is performance. Unless you are not able to deliver, forget about the people on the other side. Do you think you will be able to sleep at night, simply by wasting the entire day doing nothing? So you need to perform, and once you perform everything, once you perform relentlessly, trust me, Lord Krishna will be on your back. Lord Krishna can make you authentic. He can make you courageous. He can make you confident. And that is what life is all about. One more point I will add, and then I will sum up. Say the life after cancer is like a stallion. Yes, It's like a stallion. Either you get on top of the stallion and lead quality life, fearless life. Otherwise, that stallion is going on top of you and won't let you leave at any point of time. So, it is all your call. We guys are using smartphone, but we are not becoming so smart. We are not becoming so smart to lead quality life, courageous life, confident life, and last point, life is like a Rolls Royce. You cannot keep your life in the garage, polishing the Rolls Royce every day and keeping in the garage. You want to go out. Yes, you want to go out and forget about accident, forget about so many accidents are occurring. But that doesn't mean we need to stay at home. So go out, enjoy your life, and I wish everyone commendable spectacular year with the healthy, happy life. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Stenik sir, for this wonderful sharing that you have done, and his inspirational words that go out and live your life, don't be stuck in your day. Has I think that's the crux of everybody's life, that we need to go out and live our lives and find the courage to go through it, however hard it may be. Thank you so much for that wonderful sharing that you have done.
In fact, it's an honor to hear him. It's an honor.
Thank you so very much. I'm deeply grateful to everyone for spending your time and listening to my differently enabled voice. Thank you once again.
Thank you again, sir. After the unstoppable Shaniksha, we move on to Swati Sarkar, an educational visionary, transformative leader, and mentor to thousands. With over 23 years of experience, Swati has dedicated her life to redefining education, mentoring educators, and fostering responsible global citizens. As the founder and director of Vidya Vortex Private Limited and owner of Skill Arc Academy, she has spearheaded innovative initiatives in school development, curriculum enhancement, teacher training, and AI integration in education. Her journey has been from an educator to school principal, project head, and strategic consultant. And she is very committed to personalized learning, inclusivity, and community engagement. Swati's contributions have earned her prestigious accolades, including the Maharashtra Prerna Puraskar, recognition as one of Fame Finder's top 10 inspiring women entrepreneurs of 2023, and the Best Mentor Award from MDN Edify Hyderabad. Her expertise extends across India and internationally, bringing a global perspective to educational leadership. Beyond this, she has even trained 5,000 Swayam Sevikas and ASHA workers, equipping them with personality development skills for community upliftment. Let's hear from the dynamic Swati Sarkar.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Your words means a lot. But today, I came up with a story, but I sitting here listening to the storytellers on this important day. I forgot my own story. I went back down the lane to my childhood days, and I would share one small thing that I have kept to my heart, very close to my heart. The best storytellers are our grandparents and mothers and fathers back home. So one piece that my mom used to share often, I heard her repeatedly because to be very truthful, I was choosy from the very start of my life. I means picking a picky person, picking my friends, associates. So she, being a very simple lady, a Bengali housewife, so she was like a very simple lady who would teach through her different stories. So from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, she picked up one tale and she used to often share with us, saying that in the summer, the water of the ponds, they generally dry a little. Okay, so all the fishes, they go deep down in the mud, and they keep themselves cool. So it happens with all the fish. Bengali, see, again, fish. Can't leave this fish and go anywhere. March Bhat is always with us. So she would always tell us that the fishes would go deep down in the soil and they would keep themselves cool, and they would avoid the heat, because if they are on the surface they will die. The water gets heated up, so they would dive in deep inside that. But when the first rain starts falling, when it starts raining, they will all come out. But there's a difference. There are a particular type of fish who have scales on their body, and there are fishes who have oil. They are very oily. As a result, those muds, the soft soil, would not stick to the body of the oily fishes. Whereas those who have scales, the mud will go in and they will get stuck in different areas. So as a human being, stop being judgmental. Be that kind of an oily fish. Be anywhere, everywhere. Be with everyone. And if possible, try to bring them up. Not finding flaws in others, but helping to rise. A very small piece, but with a lot of meaning in it. So that is how my career had developed. I have always tried to work with different people, and thanks to the supreme power who gave me this chance. And every time, I started from the scratch. I heard Vidya ma'am, the last time I was in a different meeting on Women's Day, but I still kept an ear open to what all you were saying. I could not participate. I heard her saying the experiences of her life. There are few similarities for me, but I have enjoyed that independence. And this 5th of April, I will be independent for the last 20 years. With 3.5 years old daughter, now she is doing her CA. That's my achievement. That's the achievement that I have. And not only one, two ample of women. People say you don't work very comfortably with men. That's a flaw in me. I'm ready to accept that. But yes, I've worked more with women. Because all those hard lessons that I had in my life, I want them to understand it is very easy. Don't be judgmental. Life is very easy. And if we can accept the partners or the people in our life with their strength and their limitations, nothing better. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful share. Very small story, but a very powerful story of, especially in today's time when we are seeing so many judgments all around us for all kinds of reasons, the story especially becomes important and a reminder for what kind of a society we have been. And if we could wish, we could recreate it. Thank you so much for that share, Swati. Yeah. Now we move on to our next storyteller, that is Mansi. Of course, again, a very, very inspirational person. Professionally, she is a crisis counselor, tarot reader, backflower healer, Akashic reader, and spiritual counselor, helping individuals find clarity and healing in their lives.
With a BA in psychology and an MBA, she combines academic knowledge with deep intuitive wisdom. Beyond her healing work, Mansi is a passionate jewelry designer recognized as Mansi Manoj in her field. She has designed exquisite pieces for TV shows and specializes in bridal jewelry, creating timeless adornment for special moments. She is also a proud mother of two accomplished daughters. Born with a disability, Mansi has never let it define her. At 55, she continues to inspire with her strength, creativity, and unwavering spirit. Please give a warm welcome to Mansi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I was 8 months when I was affected by polio. That time, during those times, polio was not full aware, and my parents had felt they were the cause for it. I I still remember my father used to tell me that मैं अपना पाँव काट के तेरे को लगा दूँ, that feeling that time those parents had. But my mother has always taught me nothing is impossible. That one word has got me here. There are ways in life. Normal people do it in their way. You can do it in your way. You don't have to wait for the people to judge. Just do what, you're consciously clear. My story on today is that it's about a lady who is around the age of 56, and her daughter lives in city. So couple travels to visit her daughter, and husband is bit of like dominating type of, like trying not valuing her cooking skills, and she makes matris and mithais and all, and she takes it to for her daughter at the city. And like, what happens, like, as they, they have to climb the stairs, like the lift is not working. I'm very bad at storyteller. I was never a storyteller. I'm just trying my best. And then as they reach, husband was so unconsiderate that he didn't even allow her to sit. He said, मेरे लिए चाय बना. That type of attitude her husband had. He said, ठीक है मैं बना के देती हूँ. It's better if I tell in Hindi. Then daughter observes all this, कुछ बोलती नहीं है. फिर किचन में जाती है, मॉम को बोलती है, मॉम हम दोनों की तो वेकेशन का टाइम था, डैड को किस साथ में लाई. तो उसने बोला डैड को आना था, मैं मना नहीं कर पाई. आई एम रिपीटेडली यूजिंग दिस वर्ड, मैं मना नहीं कर पाई. हर चीज में वो मना नहीं कर पाती है. कोई भी इंसिडेंट है वो मना नहीं कर पाती है. अपने आप को सैक्रिफाइस करती है. ये ये चीज चलती जाती है. बिकॉज वो अपनी बेटी को विजिट करे थे, नेचुरली उसको शॉपिंग जाना था. तो वाइफ बोलती है हस्बैंड को, मेरे को शॉपिंग जाना है. अभी क्या जरूरत है, पहले हम अपनी बहन को मिलने जाते हैं, शॉपिंग शॉपिंग तो होता रहेगा. बहुत रूडली जवाब देता है वो. तो उसकी प्रायोरिटीज वापस, ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, अगर बोलते हैं तो चलो बहन को मिलने जाते हैं. फिर उसी दिन रात को माँ छत पे आती है और बहुत रोती है, और बेटी को आवाज आती है, तो बेटी जाती है उनके पास. शी इज अराउंड 25-27 ईयर, मेच्योर्ड गर्ल इज अर्निंग गुड. कहती है कि माँ क्यों रो रही हो. कि पता नहीं बेटे, मैं मैं आपके पिता पापा के साथ नहीं रह पाऊंगी. मेरे पास क्यों नहीं रह पाओगी पापा. तो ठीक है ना, चलते रहता है हस्बैंड वाइफ में, तो कुछ ना कुछ तो चलते ही रहता है. हस्बैंड वाइफ ऑपोजिट होते हैं, सेटिंग होना रहता है, एडजस्ट करना पड़ता है ना माँ. नहीं कि अब नहीं एडजस्ट हो पाएगा, ऐसा क्या है कि आप नहीं समझा पा रही हो. तो नहीं मैं नहीं समझा पा रही हूँ, मगर मैं नहीं रह पाऊंगी. बहुत रोती है. फिर बोलती है, माँ एक काम करो, आप आज नीचे सो जाओ, सुबह सब ठीक हो जाएगा, रिलैक्स. कुछ नहीं बोलती है. अगले दिन वो लोग जाते हैं ननद के घर पे. हस्बैंड की अलग प्रायोरिटीज होती है. उसमें एक सेंटेंस आता है कि चेक साइन कर देना. अपनी बेटी को, अपनी बहन को बोलता है, तेरे को आता है चेक साइन करने. तब बीवी बोलती है, आपने तो कभी मेरे को चेक नहीं साइन करने सिखाया. तो पति बोलता है, चेक साइन करके तू क्या उखाड़ लेगी. मतलब व्हाट इज, तूने क्या उखाड़ लिया अगर चेक साइन करके कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ा लाइफ में. मतलब तो शी कुछ नहीं बोलती है वो. तो बोलती है, मेरे को शॉपिंग करना है. नहीं शॉपिंग का भी टाइम नहीं है, अभी हमारे रिलेटिव्स आ रहे हैं, लेट्स नॉट गो. कुछ भी नहीं बोलती है. कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है. उसको बोटिंग जाना है, हस्बैंड मना कर देता है, हर चीज में मना कर देता है. हाँ ठीक है, आपको पसंद है, ठीक है. देन उस दिन रात को आई डोंट नो व्हाट, नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग शी डिसअपियर्स. नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग शी डिसअपियर्स विद अ फोन. फोन स्विच ऑफ कर देती है, चली गई है. पति ढूंढता है, कहाँ गई कहाँ गई. बेटी को बोलता है, भाई चाय बना, पहले तो चाय चाहिए. उसको आदत है चाय की, भाड़ में जाए सब चीज, पहले चाय. मैं पहले अपना कंफर्ट देखता हूँ, फिर देखते मम्मा कहाँ है. तो फिर माँ 2 घंटे के बाद बेटी को कॉल करती है कि कहाँ है तू. कि मैं घर पे हूँ. तो पति बोलता है मेरे को फोन दे, तो बेटी बोलती है मगर फोन मेरे को किया है ना, आपको तो नहीं किया ना, तो मैं बात कर रही हूँ ना। मगर बेटी को आइडिया आ जाता है, ठीक है, हर हर मिनट ह्यूमिलेट करना, हर मिनट बोलना तेरे को कुछ नहीं आता, उसको क्या जरूरत है, हमेशा उसको डी प्रायोरिटीज करना, ये सब चीज लेयर हो के इट केम एज अ लाइक शी बिकम लाइक वेरी डिप्रेस्ड एंड वेरी, फिर व्हाट द बैक ड्रॉप में ऐसा सुबह ऐसा बताते हैं, उसे साड़ी छोड़ दिया पहनना, शी ब्रेक वेज, उसको लगा कि ना तो बेटी मेरे को समझ पाएगी, कोई नहीं समझ पाएगा, हमको अपना दुख हमको ही लड़ना है, बिकॉज हम एक्सप्रेस कभी नहीं कर पाते क्या हो रहा है हमारी लाइफ में। तो वो एक बहुत सुंदर सा चूड़ीदार पैजामा पहनती है, शी वेयर्स अ नाइस पंजाबी सूट, शी डजंट वेयर अ साड़ी। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल शी गोज फॉर द शॉपिंग, शी बाइज द थिंग शी वांट फॉर हरसेल्फ। सेकंड वाज थिंग, उसको बोटिंग करनी थी, तो फिर वो बोटिंग करने जाती है, अपनी बेटी को बोलती है तू आजा, तेरे को आना है, पापा को मत लेके आना, हम साथ में बोटिंग जाएंगे। दैट इज अ ब्रेक, समवेयर वी should know where we have to break ourselves, and nobody will break for us. We cannot wait for others. This is what I see. Thank you.
That's absolutely true what you have said, Mansi ji. We have to make the choices for ourselves. Nobody else can make that choice.
Yes,
Somebody leads you only to the well. Whether to
yes,
drink water or not is in our hands. And what you said is absolutely true. Every person's battle is their own battle. How much ever others may support you, the ultimate decisions have to be made by us. Thank you for that beautiful insight through this very practical, actual story that you have shared with us.
yeah, but sorry for the bad story
Yeah,
telling. I'm not so good at it.
absolutely. That's the whole idea of adult sharing. We
Yeah.
can bring these things to the platform here. That's the whole idea behind adult storytelling.
मेरा एक ही ड्रीम है कि सुसाइड करना जिंदगी नहीं है, जिंदगी जीने का है, बट इट्स वर्थ लिविंग, इट्स ब्यूटीफुल।
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. Thank you so much for that wonderful share.
And I'm also be lucky to be the part of the
Yes.
you all. I'm
Yeah.
really lucky to be the part of you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now introducing our next storyteller, Rekha Pachori, an educational visionary, master trainer, and passionate storyteller. With over 25 years of experience spanning both the academic and corporate sectors, Rekha has shaped the future of education through innovative curriculum designs, impactful teacher training and leadership, inclusive learning environment. She has worked with some of the best known schools, Pearson School, Vibjor High, Gokuldam High School, and with edtech companies like Byju's and Generation Alpha Education Services. A CBSE, ICSE, and SCRT master trainer, Rekha has transformed countless classrooms, empowering educators to create engaging, joyful learning spaces that unlock the full potential of every student. Beyond education, Rekha is also an accomplished writer, blogger, poet, and storyteller whose words inspire, educate, and connect with hearts and minds. Let's hear from her now.
Thank you so much, Vidya. Um, Let me just be very honest that I share what comes to my mind, what is very close to my heart. And today, what I'm going to share is a story of a girl. It's a real story, and it's a story of a girl who the previous story was probably close to what I'm going to narrate to. The story titled "The Depths Within." Is about a girl called Ria. Ria had a very difficult life. She was very, very disappointed with things around her. She had parents who would keep fighting in the house, a school where, because she was never in a good state of mind, found her not fit to be part of the classroom. Teachers were not very happy with her performance. And as a result, she would feel very low all the time. This girl, Ria, had a small getaway where she would disappear whenever she would feel very low. So, close to her house was a small river, and she would just go and sit at the banks of the river, gaze at the water, and keep thinking about lot of things which would come as an inspiration from water. most of the time, the thoughts were not something which would help her to come out of her state of mind, but she would still sit there and think about things. And her way of using all her thoughts, sharing all her thoughts and putting it into the waters was what she would do. And she would say, "This is where I find solace. I just want to be here forever." This is what she felt. And her thought was that these waters, these waters had all the answers to my questions, but it stayed here. I'm not able to take back these answers back with me to the real world. And as a result, I always feel like staying here and submerging myself into these deep waters and stay put there to live my life ahead. Once, in a state of mind where Ria was very low, she reached the riverside. She was sitting by the river. She just closed her eyes and she was trying to listen to the sound of the water. The sound of the water was very, very melodious, very soothing to her nerves. But sadly, all that the water was trying to offer her to calm her mind, the mind itself was very restless. She had lots of doubts, lots of insecurities running within her head, and she could not enjoy the melodies of the water. So what happened was she was in a state of mind where she was feeling very dejected and thought that, is there a way that I can get rid of all this pain, this uncertainty, or the overwhelming weight that I'm carrying? Is there a way that I can, offer all this to this beautiful river and permanently become the part of it? She was feeling so low that day that she had this feeling of finding herself as a burden for everybody around her, and she wanted to escape from this life. She just touched the water, trailed her fingers into the water, and felt the texture of the water, the cool water, which gave her hands very, very cool feeling. And she said, if my hands can feel the cool effect, what about my entire body? She just got up and, with this trembling feeling and bodily movement, she just walked towards the river, and she started telling herself that the river is calling me, and it is calling me to be part of it, and I must surrender myself and seek peace forever. As she was about to take the plunge, probably the way of nature, the water was becoming a little rough at that point of time, and the silent waves were, becoming a little more turbulent at that point of time. She suddenly looked at the water and felt that, maybe is the water trying to give me some message? Is it also trying to behave the way my mind is behaving at present? I'm not wanting to think about peace at this moment, and I'm trying to rush through a tempestuous, storm of emotions. Is it right? And at that moment, her she noticed something. She saw a little fish, trying to fight through that waves of that fierce current which was flowing through that water. She was trying to make way for herself and trying to fight that water and reach to a safer place. She was trying to move faster, pushing away all the water which was trying to immerse her inside. She was mesmerized at the feeling of that observation of that fish that she saw, and she suddenly realized, is this again a message for me from the river? Is this fish which is trying to navigate the currents unafraid of the depths, where she's inhabited? Is this river trying to tell me something? And suddenly she took a step back and she said, oh my God, that fish, that fish glides through the water with such ease and determination. Perhaps It's trying to show me the way forward. I'm sure there's something more to it. Pushing herself, Ria knew the answers she sought were not in the river's depth. She felt that I will dive into the depth of my being. She proclaimed her voice and she said, I think I need to find the courage and wisdom to overcome the fears that has been, captivating me all these years. With this newfound clarity, Ria, tried to fight over the fear with some kind of faith. And like the fish in the deep water, she was ready to navigate the current of her existence with grace and purpose, unafraid of the challenges that lay ahead. This was a new Ria who was trying to walk back home, thinking about where to find happiness, what to do which will make me a better human being, and what will make me a stronger person. So, this was the depths within her that brought her out and gave her a new life. So, that is my story. And I hope, I'm sure, I mean, I may not be the best storyteller around, but this is an incident from a child's life that I have seen, and seen her going through a lot of pain, and how she has overcome this pain and come out, in a positive manner. Today, she's a happy kid. Not that she's out of all the problems in her life. The problems are there, but she has found a way to keep herself strong, keep herself, in a better state of mind, and work towards living a life which will give her purpose. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rekha ji. That's true. I mean, especially to have that sudden clarity at the deepest point of our pain, and when we feel that everything is failing us, to find that clarity at that time, to find the courage to fight back and come through it, is an incredible journey by itself. And the fact that that child managed to do it is like a huge salute to her, because that's
Definitely.
one more individual who has not, given up on life and continue to fight back. So thank you for sharing that beautiful
we
positive.
want we want more of such people. Believe me, I've
Yes.
seen people losing hope and succumbing, and I don't think that is the way out.
Yeah, true. It's an inspirational as well as motivational story. I mean, it actually motivates people to find a way out, even in the hardest of times. Thank you so much for sharing that
Thank you.
very positive story.
Thank you so much.
And with that, we come to the last speaker, which being me. Okay, to introduce myself very shortly, I'm the co-founder of Gyan Vistar. Prior to that, I have been a lecturer, assistant professor at a college in Bombay, that is Madibai College. And with 22 years of experience in teaching, I jumped into this, this organization with an ex-student of mine from Madibai. And we have been running this organization since November 2023, hoping to bridge the gap that academy, education, and real world needs have. And we are hoping to create more effect in that place. Other than, of course, being an entrepreneur, I'm also a poet, a writer, a visual artist also. And many of my works have been published in very, very famous international journals. I have also published a lot of research papers, presented papers in international journals, and published 3 books of poetry, which are available on Amazon and other places. And my works, especially my collage works, have been showcased in Paris and Berlin recently, last year. So with that, I will go on to my story, which is again autobiographical. I think I tell stories the best which are from my own life because they come from my set of experiences. It's named The Ship of Theseus. Now, for people who are younger, they may not remember 1980s, but all of us who were born, who have lived life in 1980s, we know that it was a time of community because there were only 1 or 2 TVs across the entire colony. And that meant all the kids on Sundays would visit that house, or on Wednesdays when we had Chitrahar, Chaya Geet, we were all over everyone would be jumping either walls or even getting through the doors and into the houses. And that day, that family can't do anything. Now, that's the kind of community that I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about my life for a decade from that 1980s to early 1990s and how my life was defined by water during that time. So what happened was that because we were constantly on rental basis, my mother got tired of it. She hated packing up things in boxes and plastic bags and our lives also and moving from one rental house to another. So when we moved to Ulhasnagar, we were living in what were considered as barracks left behind by the Australian soldiers after the Second World War. So we shared walls with our neighbors. And if doors were not open, we jumped over the walls to go to visit our neighbors. And there was no sense of boundaries as far as houses were concerned. And we lived our life like that. And so when my mother actually decided to pool whatever small earning they had made on savings they had made and wanted to buy a place of our own, she knew for sure that she did not want a flat. It made her feel claustrophobic. She had always lived in a very expansive village where she could run around and do whatever she wanted in her father's farm. And moving to Ulhasnagar again, where in spite of the kind of claustrophobia of having barracks, because of the community sense of community, we always had a lot of space around us. Children could jump into each other's house. We could move into, doors were always open. So she wanted to have a house which was on the ground, which is what we did. So we ended up pooling our money and buying a piece of land on the Valduni River's bank. Now, Valduni River is a small river that runs through Ulhasnagar. And every day it changes color. Why? Because all the companies upstream keep putting their dyes into the water, and every day the dyes change the color of the river. So it's a magical river in that sense. But sadly, human-made magic and not real magic. And because the water cannot be used because of all the influx of the dyes in it, people also threw their garbage, their sewage pipes ran into this river, carcasses were thrown in. So it was not a very pretty sight when you passed by this river. And we built our home on the bank of this river. And the expanse was completely, there was nobody around in the bank when we built our home. And it was a small, tiny house because we couldn't afford anything more than that at that time. But it was something of our dreams. So my mother had an arch full of jasmine growing so that when people walked in, the jasmine would drop on them, or you would be completely assailed by the beautiful fragrance of jasmine. She had, concretized sofas made where we could all sit through the night talking. And especially when I was in college, all my friends came over, we would drink and we would talk late into the night. And we had a house which was filled with books. Now, that was our biggest dream, to have as many books as possible. It came to a point where we actually started creating furniture with our books because we had no place to put our books around. So we had, literally stools made of books. We had coffee tables made of books. And that's the kind of space that we had before. Suddenly, Ulhasnagar decided that it needs a lot of infrastructural development. And what happens with infrastructure? As usual, all the poor people and the people who do not have a voice or a representation get thrown away if they are in the way. They are just uprooted and moved to some other place without their consent. And that's exactly what happened to them. We suddenly had an influx of people coming from different parts of the town who were moved up out of their spaces, and they built these tiny, very, very shabby houses, and they were moved there. So all the little rivulets which were running and joining Valduni River now suddenly had no place to grow. And each year, the water started rising a little bit, a little bit, and a little bit. It began by first touching our steps. And because of the rains, the water was clear. We almost wanted to put our foot in it. And father said, no. In spite of the fact that it looks clear, remember there are dyes in it, which means you could end up with some sort of skin disease. And not putting your legs in there. And then it started coming into the house. Every year it rose inch by inch by inch till a decade later, one morning in 1998, in September, we were so happy. All our neighbors were so happy that this year we didn't have any floods. And September 6th, 8th, just 2 or 3 days after my 21st birthday, I wake up and put my legs down and I splash the water because the water had already come right until under the bed. And I scream from the bedroom, and my parents wake up. There is no light. The light has already gone off because for 3 days it had been raining very, very heavily. And the next thing we know, we are scrambling around, putting the books up, putting our things up. So mother and I take up the duty of putting all the things on the attic, which was built on the, on the kitchen side. And my father and my sister are putting books up on the shelves that have been built into the wall so that it doesn't reach there. But before we know, it's just been 10 minutes that we have started putting, running around and putting things up. We're already neck deep in water. And none of us knows how to swim. In spite of being near a river, we didn't know how to swim. And the next thing we know, my dad is screaming, saying that, please find yourself footholds. So I push my mother up. She gets onto the attic. I scramble up. My sister hangs on to a bookshelf that is on the wall. My father finds a stool and stands on it with his torch still waving. And suddenly, because of the force of the water, the stool just slips away and he drowns. And his torch falls in and it's under the water, murky water. My sister starts keening and crying and saying, Dad's gone, Dad's gone, Dad's gone underwater. And she sees him bob up twice and then again drown. And my mother, because of the panic, loses her senses and she just jumps into the water, thinking that she can rescue her hero. But she forgets she can't swim. And somehow she is now scrambling for her own life. After the panic has left, she doesn't know what to do with her life. She's now scrambling for chairs that are floating, the tables that are floating, but nothing can bear her weight. And while she's scrambling here, somehow my father finds the foothold of the sewing machine that my mother had, which had iron legs. He gets on it, and my sister sees this and she says, oh, Dad is fine, he's on the swing machine. And that's when mom realizes now she has to rescue herself. And I throw her a stick that somehow I pull her in, we get onto the attic, but there is no relief. The water is still rising and it is almost reaching the attic, which is about 6.5, 7 feet high by now. And we are banging on the rooftop, our asbestos rooftop, hoping that somebody would listen. We can hear some sounds of some people passing by, but they can't see whether we are inside or not because of the darkness. And all that banging did not help. What actually helped was our dog, who managed to escape from the window and somehow go get help, bark and get help from these people, who finally reach the house, break open the asbestos sheets on both the sides and pull us out and get us on a boat and then take us to the part of the community, the colony, where there is no water, where the water levels are low. So we spend the whole night standing on the first floor of another house, where the ground floor is already filled up. For 2 nights and 2 days, it rains. And for 2 days, it is completely flooded. We don't see our home. It goes underwater. Mom, by the time the water goes down, is completely shocked by what has happened and she falls sick. And when we go back to that house, everything is filled with a thick layer of silt, but not the right kind of silt. It's filled with all the sewage, the dyes, the chemical, everything has covered every single thing we have possessed as our own till that point. And we are left shattered because now we don't know where to start from. And we know that we cannot continue living there anymore. We have a choice. The other poor people who lived there didn't have that choice. They had to go on living in that space. They could not leave. We left. And we left because all our neighbors, all our friends, all the people that we knew around us rallied and gave us their part of their life. Some shared clothes, some shared food, some shared spaces. And that is how we rebuilt our home. So today, when I look at my life, and including my mother's or my sister's or my dad's, I think that we are all ship of Theseus, built from our parts have been replaced and built from the generosity of so many people. And that's why we are alive. And that's why we are here. And as a community, I think they rebuilt the ship of Theseus for us. And that's my story for you. And again, thank you for this wonderful evening, all of you. If anybody has any questions, you can, or a feedback, we are open to that. Okay. All right.
Vidya, that was a beautiful story, very touching and very relatable because these kind of things do happen around, and when you fight it out and make it a livable life, it's an inspiration for others. Thank you so much for this story.
Thank you so much again. And thank you again, everyone, for this lovely session of adult sharing where we all shared parts of our lives, people we have observed, and shared inspirational stories all around. So thank you again, everyone, and hope to again gather again for the next storytelling session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, we'll end the meeting here. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Nice meeting you all. Bye, Mansi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Bye bye. Bye, Rekha ma'am. Nice meeting you. Swati ma'am, nice meeting you. We haven't met before. So it was great meeting you all. Bye bye. Take care. Bye. Have a blessed day.